What's good, everybody? Welcome to the season premiere of the Realest Living Podcast. This is season 2. I am TJ Grayson. Welcome. Remember that you can find the podcast on YouTube, obviously, but also on Rumble. I just opened up a Discord not too long ago. It's called the Realest Living Podcast Discord server. Not Discord server, but just server. It's in the description. So go in that so we can do the remote podcast. I was going to drop a video on it, but fuck that. I'm not doing that. Um also TikTok. I changed my actual personal TikTok to the TikTok for this thing. So that's also in the description as well. If you want to be on the show, hit the socials in the description also. And if you want to advertise something on the show, then hit the socials and I make me a video or something and I can put it in the front of the video before, like I did with the autism awareness thing a couple of episodes ago. So, yes, this is season 2, episode number 13, technically, but the first of season 2. And I have 2 new guests with me, so I will let them decide how they would like to introduce themselves.
Hello, my name's Samantha.
Hi, my name's Ashleigh.
All right. Well, we are going to go and dive right into the show. And I'm going to start the show with facts that I just found. This particular set of facts are facts about Mississippi. So, yay. All right. So the first fact is that on average, Mississippi is affected by 27 tornadoes each year. Also note that 2 of the 5 deadliest tornadoes in U.S. history have occurred in Mississippi. I'm sure we can all believe that. The world's first human lung transplant was performed by Dr. James Hardy at the University of Mississippi Medical Center in Jackson on June 11th, 1963. However, the person that got the surgery or the transplant only survived for 18 days. The state has the highest percentage of black residents, more than 35% of any U.S. states. And did you know that the first bottling of Coca-Cola began in 1894 in Vicksburg, Mississippi? I said and like there wasn't anything else, but there is. The world's only cactus plantation is actually located in Mississippi, which is weird considering like Arizona has like deserts and stuff with cactus. So I just thought, or cacti, I guess. So yeah. All right. Well, that's the fact. So we're gonna go into the first subject, topic, whatever. It's gonna be a long one, so I kind of shortened it to 2. So this is a game. It's called Underrated or Overrated. So basically, I'm gonna say a topic, and you just let me know if you think it's overrated or underrated, and if you want to dive into why you believe so. Because honestly, if you say something is overrated and I think it's underrated, I'm gonna ask you why. So that's just kind of how it's gonna go. Okay. So the first subject topic is spaghetti. Do you think spaghetti is overrated or underrated?
Overrated.
Oh my god.
Overrated.
Oh my, both of you?
Yeah.
What makes it overrated? It's underrated. But what makes it overrated?
People just seem to like it more than just normal food to me. I don't know. I'm a picky eater, so
You don't like spaghetti, bro?
no.
I love spaghetti, but we had it like once a week when I was young, so it was like
Yeah.
it was a lot.
It was a big staple in my
Yeah.
household, so it's just like I don't like it anymore.
If you can like
So
jazz
reliable.
it up, like chicken spaghetti or like chicken parmesan is kind of spaghetti. With
You
like,
say,
Spaghetti's worse. I'd
You
rather
ain't
have
never put
regular
the spaghetti on the garlic bread and
Mm.
ate?
okay, that's
No.
good. I do like
You
yeah.
tweaking.
I'm a picky eater.
I thought I was picky, but I thought everybody liked spaghetti.
I love spaghetti, but I think it is
Overrated,
It's a little overrated.
That's
Yeah.
tough. Well, I'll just move on before I get a aneurysm. The beach. Is the beach overrated or underrated?
Overrated.
It's so overrated.
Oh,
Overrated.
thank- we can agree. Yes, I
Yeah.
agree.
I went on vacation every single year at my dad's house. That's where we went every single year for like 10 years straight. So I hate the beach.
100% agree.
I've been there, like-
Overrated.
I've been there like 3 times, but just the sand, like it gets in places
Yeah, I
that don't
just-
belong. Like I'm not having that.
Overrated massively. The beach is massively overrated. Okay. Los Angeles.
I don't know because I kind of want to go, so I can't say if it's underrated or overrated.
I've never been, so I can't really speak. I'm gonna say, I don't know. That's a tough one. I'm gonna say a little overrated, maybe.
As someone who has been there, I will say it can be a bit overrated. However, I wouldn't say it's underrated. I don't know if I'd necessarily say it's overrated either. It's kind of like it's what you
Neutral.
make it.
It's a little neutral.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Um, cruises, overrated, underrated.
I've been on one, but it was when I was underage, so I couldn't drink. So to me, I don't know. It was cool, but I'd like to go on one now.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I've never been on one. I'm gonna say underrated because I really want to go on one really bad. They seem really cool.
Yeah, I'd like to go too. And I probably would get like, I have really bad motion sickness at times. So I might not even like it, but I've always wanted to go. That's one thing on my bucket list that I've never got to do.
Yeah, I have motion sickness too, but I feel like on a ship that big, you're not really gonna be able to tell that.
Yeah,
much.
my
Right,
grandpa
right.
couldn't swim, so from the moment he stepped on the cruise to the moment he stepped off, he had a drink in his hand. The entire time, he's like, "I can't swim. If I'm gonna drown, I'm gonna drown drunk."
Drown drunk. Solid. Okay. Oh, I skipped one. Sorry. Sweet tea.
Overrated.
I don't drink
man.
tea.
I don't drink sweet tea either.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was gonna get a lot more pushback, but I'm not mad. I also would say sweet tea is massively overrated. And matter of fact, I think it's the most overrated soft drink that's out for sure.
Yeah, I feel like I'm drinking syrup when I drink sweet, especially
Yeah.
people that put like 2, 3 cups and I can't do it. I drink herbal tea. I like.
Yeah, I
I
love
like
herbal tea.
I just don't
Oh,
like
no.
sweet tea.
Not sweet.
Any kind of tea is just not for me. Not for me. Oranges. Overrated, underrated.
Totally underrated.
Yeah.
I love oranges.
Same.
Good. You like the mandarin ones, like the
Yeah.
sweet
Yeah, I
ones?
like the little cuties.
Yes.
My favorite.
I'll spend any kind of money to have those in my house. Cryptocurrency. Overrated, underrated.
I don't know a whole lot about it, so I can't speak on it. All I know is I hear people talk about it all the time, so I don't know. I feel like people just make a big deal about it.
So would you say it's overrated then?
Yeah.
If you, yeah.
I'm gonna say its potential is underrated by a lot of people, but I don't invest in it or anything. But I do think it's gonna advance leaps and bounds. I do believe in the next few years. So I think it's a little underrated by people. At least its potential.
I would say it's a little of both. It's a little underrated because, like you said, the potential is very high, and it's probably going to be a main source of income coming up soon. Like, probably going to be able to buy a lot of things with cryptocurrency, but on the flip side of it, there are some people that just take it way too seriously.
You're not gonna become a millionaire with cryptocurrency. Not now, anyway.
I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of people but there's a lot of people who have become crypto millionaires that have been found missing. So
Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
yeah, I don't know about that. But I mean, that's anybody that makes money. No, when you're a millionaire, your life is pretty much it's changed forever in a lot of good ways and bad.
Now you can only you can buy what is it like a tiny little percentage of a Bitcoin for like hundreds of dollars or something like that.
I know I spent $1,300 and had like a fifth, maybe
Yeah.
not even a fifth, probably like because that at the time they were like $2,200 for one or $22,000 for one coin. So like, yeah, but I mean it was going up. But anyway, okay. Here's another one that's probably interesting. Marriage, overrated, underrated.
Overrated. I will
Overrated.
never get married. Ever.
I'm not gonna say I never would get married, but I don't see the point unless you want like tax breaks or something.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't see the point in it. You're literally tying yourself financially to someone, and then what happens if you break up?
Yeah, I was.
You're-
I'll tell you what happens when you break up.
You're screwed.
At least as a guy, for sure, you're definitely getting fucked and married and divorced.
Like I thought
Big
I
time.
wanted to get married, and I like talked to this guy I dated for like 4 years into proposing to me. And when he proposed to me, like the whole world closed in on me, and I like destroyed the relationship afterwards. I totally sabotaged it.
We're
I
all
was
in
like,
the same way.
Well, what if I don't like him in 5 years? What do I do? Like I can't get married. So I thought I wanted it, but I did not.
Well, yeah, I think it's overrated bad. And it shouldn't be, but it is partially because people have made it more. I think more people want want the wedding more than the actual commitment part of it, you know. I don't know. It's not very appealing, especially in 2023. Especially in my behalf cuz I could marry someone she could cheat on me and still take half of my money, my car, my house, the kids. Actually, I only have like a 10% chance to get the kids. So it's like I don't really see any. And then
You gotta know who you're marrying, man. You gotta
Yeah.
know.
you know, people always say that, but
But people switch up so
They
much
do.
too. It's so like they fool you. They
and the problem and the respectfully, the benefit that you have is if the man switches up on you, you could take half his shit, right? If the woman switch up on me, I got to give her half my shit. So it's like, you
a
know,
lot of guys I find like they just give them everything. They don't even fight, and I'm like, what is wrong?
because there's
with
not
you?
a point to
What
like
is
it,
wrong with you?
there's not a point to. The court systems are heavily favoring towards women. It's as crazy as it sounds, but it's hard to. I mean, you almost just lose like the will to fight almost. And I'm not saying it gives. And I'm not saying it's a reason not to, but you know, like for example, over the kids, like 90% of custody battles, women win. You know, and then 90% of the alimony that's paid is paid from men to women. You know, it's just you don't have a good chance. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Not to mention child support and all these other things. Like it's gonna fuck you up. You know, in the long run. And so it's just like I said, you almost just give up hope because you don't really have a good chance to win anyway. I think you should
The
still
odds
fight.
are not in your favor.
Oh no, the deck is definitely stacked against you for sure.
Poor
It sounds
guys.
awful. Yeah, it sounds awful. But that's why as men you have to be a little bit more responsible with your decision making. And I'm gonna ask a question that's not on here, but it has something to do with this because I would just be curious. So like, Would you call off a wedding if you were dating a guy for 10 years? Or let's say, yeah, 10 years, and he hadn't proposed to you yet. Would you would you leave him?
No, no, I don't think I would. I don't because I don't have because it scared the crap out of me when someone did propose to me. So I don't think so.
I don't see myself being with a guy for that long of a time anyway.
I might propose to the
I'm
guy.
bi, so
I don't know.
You said you. Oh man.
I might.
You said you don't see yourself being with a guy for that long anyway.
no.
Interesting.
No.
Interesting.
4 years is the longest I've been with a guy. So
Interesting. Okay. Just curious. Okay. Technology. Overrated, underrated.
Overrated.
Oh,
I'm gonna say underrated.
no.
I was sick for a while and I was off my phone, and that was the best couple days of my entire life because you don't have to deal with the drama or
But like we're
social
talking about,
media.
are we talking about all
All
technology?
technology.
All
Cars.
Yeah, like it's so underrated.
Lights. Well, lights. I don't know if lights can be. Well, I mean,
Like radios,
Technology.
radios.
television,
I mean, there's a lot of potential things you can do
vibrators.
with it,
Those are
but
technology. I mean,
very
video
underrated technology.
Video games. I mean,
I love technology. I do.
I mean, I think everyone's so into technology now. No one sees like nature around them or anything like
Oh,
that.
I do.
They're just
I think
a lot of people are all in their phones.
but I think technology helps you see nature a lot better. I
In a
would say,
way.
and
In a
yeah,
way, it's split for me, I guess.
like if I would probably never ever. Well, it would be very. I'd have to really search it out to be able to see like something I've always wanted to see, like an aurora borealis.
Yeah.
But I can just look on my phone and see it. And obviously, it's not the same as looking at it in person. But I would never know about it if I didn't have my phones. I'd just be like,
But like VR, could you watch it in VR? It'd be almost like being there because your body doesn't, like your mind doesn't perceive like the difference. Like when you step off. Have you ever played VR?
you're foreshadowing a little bit because that's one of the.
Oh, is it?
topics.
Okay, sorry.
But yes, I have. It's
awesome.
very yeah. It's cool.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. But I think it's massively underrated. I think a lot of people but I do think most people kind of take your approach when they hear technology. They immediately go to social media and shit like that. And I feel like I should have put that one on here. I don't know if I did or not, but if I did, I'm gonna add it at the end.
I would say if we're talking between technology or social media, if it's split that way, then I have different opinions.
Oh, I'm gonna add
But if
social
it's
media to
social
the end
media,
at
then
the
it's
end
overrated.
because I wanna talk about social media, but technology massively underrated for sure. I think a lot of people be like, oh, I don't like. Listen, self checkouts are like the God's greatest gift to
Oh
earth.
no, I love self checkouts. I don't have to
Ugh.
talk to nobody.
Yes.
That kind of stuff is different than just, I guess, what I was thinking about, just being on your phone all the time and just stuck in your phone.
I'm one of those people though.
I
I'm
know.
always in my
I know.
phone.
I'm not.
Like,
I can. I don't. I feel like, oh my god, I'm wasting all my time if I'm just sitting here scrolling through stuff. But I do research stuff and read about things.
yeah.
But me and my son, we decided. I decided Mondays and Thursdays he's not allowed to be on his Xbox or his cell phone. Like we're gonna
Oh,
spend time together. Like he's like
oh,
all afternoon. I was like,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
all
tough.
afternoon.
Well, we spent time together playing the game.
I I can't play it all the time. Like he wants to play first person shooters, and I'm like,
Yeah, no, I'm not. I don't like
I
those.
can't do it.
I understand that. Okay, we'll move on. What was next? Oh, okay. Well, virtual reality gaming was literally the next one.
Underrated, very very underrated. It's awesome.
I haven't played a lot, so
It's underrated.
Very. My son has one. Oh,
Was
it's
that a yellow starburst?
no.
I was
It's a cough drop, so I don't cough my head
Oh.
off on your show.
I thought it was a yellow starburst. I really wanted one.
Like,
If I had one, I'd give you one.
Since you've never been on VR, like, okay, I went to a VR lounge before we bought the VR headset that my son has.
Oh, which one do you have though? Do you have like the Oculus,
Oculus
or
Quest 2,
okay?
yeah, the Quest 2. And they have this thing where you press the button on the elevator and they take you to the top of a skyscraper and you have to walk out on this plank and step off. And it's insane. When you step off that plank, it's
Ooh.
awesome.
I would be like
Well,
terrified.
I knew it wasn't
freak
real.
out.
I'm terrified of heights, but like I'm also an adrenaline junkie. So I was like, this is awesome. But it feels like you really did step because your brain doesn't know the
Yeah.
difference.
I would say that it's massively underrated. Also, shout out to PlayStation because we got VR and Xbox don't. So, you know, that's a dub for the PlayStation. College, overrated, underrated.
Mm, I'm gonna say I don't know. It depends on your niche, I
Yeah,
guess.
it depends on what you're going for.
Yeah, I'm in
Overall,
college right
though.
now, so I'm gonna say a little underrated. I'm gonna say underrated.
I went to college for art, and I had to drop out because I had a hand injury. So I don't know. I feel like some of it's a waste of money, and like I said, it depends on what you go for.
It is massively overpriced, but
Yeah,
Well,
massively overpriced.
As somebody who literally just got his master's degree, I will say that.
Congrats, by the way.
Thank you. College is very overrated, and I will only say that because you have to pay a lot of money. Most of the people that like, get these high degrees or whatever are in massive debt when they get out. Um, I just think that, and I think we put such an emphasis on people like, we always equate like intelligence to college, and I know some really smart dumbasses. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it is a little overrated. I would say it's more overrated than underrated for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Your intelligence shouldn't be based off how high of your degree is.
No, I mean I remember I went to high school with some people who made like 32s and stuff on the SAT or ACT, whichever one we have here. I don't know. And God, like they got on drugs and all kinds of stuff. And then the people who like didn't even take it, like are arguing with me like having very intelligent debates with me on Facebook. And I'm like, I know that they didn't even go to college.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. And my thing is, intelligence as a whole is very interesting because, like, there's some people who don't know, common things, right? But could tell me everything about a car. So would they be stupid only when it comes to certain things? I don't know. Intelligence is very interesting.
Because I know nothing about a car.
Absolutely.
I can change my oil. That's about it.
There's a big
That's all I can
difference
do.
in
And my
book
tire.
smarts and street smarts.
Right. But
Yeah.
and which one is more valuable? Because I would say
Exactly.
that street smarts would probably help you survive longer.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say street smarts for sure.
Yeah.
For
My
sure.
grandpa was a genius. He was a pharmacist, and he was super smart. But there were some things
Because when worst
I
comes to
question
worst,
that man.
Yeah.
what's book smarts gonna do for you during the apocalypse? Nothing.
Exactly.
Like, I mean, you can't really.
Well, and it's like it's one thing to know about how to kill a zombie. It's another thing to actually be able to kill a zombie.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
Anyway, okay. Nutella, overrated, underrated.
Overrated.
I
I don't like
I
it.
love Nutella and some ice cream. Like I love Nutella
no.
on anything.
Underrated.
Underrated. Very
Underrated
underrated.
massively. Why is it overrated?
I'm just a picky eater, I guess. I don't know. I just feel like people make a big deal about it, and
People
I
do make a
don't-
very big deal
I
about it.
don't like it.
Understandably so, though, because it's fire.
It
It's
is.
literally. Let me make sure that's not on here. Well, I think it's 10 times better than peanut butter.
I love peanut butter and Nutella mixed together. That's my
just disgusting.
favorite.
I'm just weird, I
That's
guess.
disgusting. You're not. It's okay. Um, Ramen noodles, overrated, underrated.
Dude, underrated, totally.
Yeah.
You can jazz them things up, man. Put all
Un-
sorts of stuff in them.
I would say underrated as well. God's gift to earth, really. God's gift to poor people for sure,
For sure.
Definitely.
and non-poor people too, because I love them. And I don't know, I'm poor. What is it? Whipped cream, overrated, underrated.
It's okay.
Don't really.
I don't have a problem with it.
Massively
I'm gonna say
overrated.
Overrated.
Only because it's only a few things that you can eat it with, and like the people that be like taking the can and turn.
Ooh.
No, I
Disgusting.
can't do that. Mm-mm.
Y'all are sick. It's so nasty. It looks
Yeah.
gross too. Like I think mayonnaise is really good, but it looks gross on people's face. And I think whipped cream is the same way. If somebody like was like drinking a milkshake and they had a piece of like whipped cream on their face, it like that's disgusting. You said overrated?
Oh,
Yeah, I said overrated.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. What was after whipped cream? Netflix, overrated, underrated.
Overrated.
Overrated.
Very overrated.
Nice. I'll be honest. I think you two are in the minority because I think a lot of other people would have way different answers than y'all, and I like that because I'm the way different answers type of guy.
Because there's like HBO Max and like the Stars and there's all
Yes.
these other streaming services that are way better than Netflix, I think. And
Netflix
I
just has
agree.
mostly movies, and I'm not a movie person. I like TV shows. I'd watch Hulu over Netflix, but I don't even watch Hulu anymore. I'm on Crunchyroll now.
oh, I love Crunchyroll.
That's that. And actually, YouTube is actually my preferred app of choice to watch stuff more than anything, to be honest. But it's YouTube and Crunchyroll for sure.
Yeah, my son's got me into Crunchyroll big time. Like I didn't know I liked anime until I was 32 years old, and I'm like, let's watch Naruto or One Piece or all
Watching
these.
all the long ones. You
Yeah.
gotta watch some shorter ones.
He's the one. He loves them, and I get into them too. So
Solid. Well, the next one actually, you're just really good at foreshadowing. Anime is
Oh.
overrated, underrated.
underrated.
I don't really watch anime that much. Surprisingly.
It's so good.
That is very surprising. I actually feel like you would watch anime for some reason. You have
I
to
watched it
be-
when I was younger. Just not into it now.
So you're gonna say over, or just eh?
I'm just about it.
It's hyper underrated for sure.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people just look at anime and think it's just fighting and,
just a cartoon.
and magic and yeah, that's the most disrespectful thing you can say. It's called a cartoon.
Because the storylines are so in depth and it's so good.
And there's not just fighting. It's like there's rom-com animes and there's like mystery animes, horror anime. There's all different kinds. Oh, it's so good. People are sleeping on it.
For sure.
Okay, the next one you guys probably would have no like. Oh, I do have it on here. I'm just gonna skip it. Okay, movie theaters.
Underrated.
Overrated. Really?
Underrated for sure.
I don't go to the movie theaters.
I don't
feel
either.
like it costs too much for everything, and it's just gonna be out on Netflix or some other streaming service in a couple months.
I don't go to the movies because it's overrated.
I think it's
is.
underrated. I love the movie theater. Me and my son. My son has seen every movie, like children's movie, since he was like 3 in theaters. We go like once a month, so I love it.
Okay, so the movies cost too much to get in. First off, I remember they used to be the price has just steadily gone up since I've been in high school, and then
The price
The
of
price of
popcorn,
the
though. Don't
food.
get anything to eat there. You're gonna
No.
take the
The
bait.
they like went down on their ticket. I think me and my son spend like $20 to go. If we don't buy any food, that's what costs a lot. 'Cause
that's
it's
the
like,
crazy thing.
a
though.
drink is like $12. Like
Yeah.
what?
And then the
Crazy.
popcorn, then they give you the
Yeah.
nachos. They don't put no jalapenos in it.
I know, right? And they
The
picture
cheese
it.
is cold.
Jalapenos.
The
The
chips are
soft
stale.
pretzels are nasty.
Yeah, the candy
stale
is
and nasty.
crazy overpriced.
Yeah.
Dude, I
Yes.
just put it in my purse. We go in.
That's what I was
with
gonna
it.
say. The best thing to do is just bring snacks. I remember. I'm not gonna say this actually. I don't know. We might get. Actually, I am gonna say it. I worked at this place where people were with people with disabilities, right? And we would go into the store. One of them was in a wheelchair. We'd have a backpack that he would have to have where he have his diapers and stuff in it. We would just always put snacks and stuff in there. That sounds awful. Sounds like we were exploiting them.
No.
But-
no.
They ate the snacks. We didn't bring them for us. We brought 'em for them because they didn't have money for, $80 popcorn. So,
Right.
going on dates, overrated, underrated.
I'm gonna say underrated. In these days and times, like nobody asks people on dates anymore. Somebody asked me on a date like 2 months ago, and I was like, "Is this really happening?" Like,
Dates are different.
yeah.
Dates are You want to come chill at the house.
No, I don't want to
But
come
it
chill at
can be
your
it
house.
can be a date though. If we sit on the couch and we watch a movie or whatever, I think that.
That is okay.
That's a
If
date.
dates weren't overrated, then that would be over. Watching a movie for a date would be so overrated. It is so overrated. You can't talk or anything. Like, let's play Twister or like something like that.
Play Twister.
Yeah, if we're gonna come to your house, let's play.
I don't
game.
think I need to go on a date with anybody and play a board game because I'm too competitive, and I know like I would be talking shit and it would piss them off.
Or
Like,
they.
if we played
Same.
Monopoly or Uno or something,
Yeah.
I'm
Ain't no way I can play Uno though.
You're
I'm
not a
Monopoly,
date.
not Monopoly.
you're not a date at that point. You're an enemy. Because
Exactly.
I think dates are underrated, yes, because I think, like you said, traditional dates people don't go on them anymore. I don't think a lot of people want to go on dates anymore. I mean, for real. I mean, I can tell you one reason why I think a lot of at least men don't ask women to go on dates because like, why would I ask you on a date when I can just go fuck this girl over here for
Right.
It's sad. And I think the promiscuous women have really ruined it for a lot of the.
They have.
Yeah, and men approach women like all women like they're that way, and like, does this really work for
Not
you?
everyone's that
Like, obviously it does because they keep doing it. So
Yeah.
obviously their tactics are working somewhere, and it's kind of gross. It's kind of
It
disgusting.
is.
Yeah, I mean it's taken away from like the the traditional sense of it, and also too like I think women's standards have went up a little bit too because they've made more money than they used to. So it's like a lot of guys don't even qualify for a date for them with them
I don't know.
anymore.
My standards are not. They probably are
saying
not as
that-
high as they need to be.
I'm saying like most women I would say like they don't have like a lot of guys. I think a lot of guys have kind of fell off a little bit. I think it's kind of like a circle, right? So I think guys have fell off a little bit because women have become a little bit more promiscuous. But even though they become more promiscuous, they also make more money, so their standards are higher. So the guys don't meet the standards, so they just kind of mess with the women on the low end because
Right.
men will fuck anything. So
They really will.
Yeah.
so if you a guy's not gonna be willing to take you on 2 or 3 dates to get the pussy because he knows he can just go fuck her and not have to take her on any dates. He can
Right.
just call her over. And the thing is, she doesn't have to be anywhere near as attractive as you. She can be 10 times uglier than you, and he'll still just on a slow night.
And if she's 10 times uglier than you, she's probably going to do the freaky stuff that you won't do.
That's what I was gonna say too. Yes,
That's the truth about it. If you're
Yeah.
ugly, I mean, you're going to do that stuff. You're going
Yeah,
to do
you
the
got
freaky
nothing to
stuff.
lose.
Yeah.
I always say it all the time. A lot of the prettier girls don't do these things because they've never had to, because their looks can just get them by. A guy will be perfectly fine with a pretty girl not doing this and not doing that just based off of the fact that she's pretty. But if the girl that's ugly, it's like she's got something to prove. She'll like
Yeah.
go in there and jump off the top rope.
But if
So,
a pretty girl ever tries that stuff,
over with.
Yeah,
But they
over
know.
with.
They gotta get that. I'm telling you, it's over with. They'll lock a dude down for sure. Okay. We were talking about dates. Okay. Twitter, overrated, underrated.
Overrated.
I highly agree. I don't really
Yeah.
like Twitter.
Yeah, me neither.
Okay, cosmetic surgery like BBLs, tummy tuck, boob jobs. Overrated, underrated.
I'm going to say underrated.
Underrated. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
interesting.
gonna say overrated. I think you should just live your body how it is and not have to change it medically.
Girl,
How
have
do
you
you
ever lost
say underrated?
130 pounds? Say that when you have lost 130 pounds.
So you're saying like weight loss surgery and stuff like that?
No, I'm saying like after I lost quite a bit of weight naturally by myself. But once you do that, your body's there's no way you can go back to it looking like it's supposed to look without that surgery.
It's because of the loose skin and stuff.
Yeah. So I'm going to say for me, like, because I want cosmetic surgery for
Yeah.
sure.
That's
Like,
it
I
for
would love to have a
surgery.
BBL. For
Oh,
like,
don't do that. No.
I would love to have one.
I always say certain like
Depends on
I
what
can
you're doing it
understand
for.
that
Some
surgery, but
that's-
overall, when you like I don't know, like the lip, I don't know what's it called?
Lip
when you get the
fillers.
lips and
Yeah,
stuff.
the Botox and
And
stuff.
yes,
Yeah.
Botox and
That's
you're.
overrated. But if it's something like
I can
that,
understand what you're
understand.
saying because I mean I
That's
can
different.
understand that, but the BBLs and the stuff like that, I'm not. I don't know. Like I've seen like a couple of girls with BBLs and in person, like because obviously if you watch porn, you'll see them on porn all the time, but like
Right.
in person, it's crazy to see because like they'll be like. It'll be like somebody put the wrong size roof, like a big roof on a small house. like a really big roof on a small house. It looks, and then like from some angles, like it looks okay, and then another angle is like,
That don't
a
fit.
baby with too much poop in the diaper. So it's like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to say they're very overrated because I don't really think. I think for a lot of reasons. I think one reason is it's not even really necessary a lot of the times,
No, it's not. It's just
No.
and another it's people try to get them and they say it's not for this and not for that. Like, oh, I didn't do it for no man.
I
It's
got Botox
generally
because I
always
have
for a man.
migraines. Like, oh no.
I mean, like I don't know. Like I didn't do this for no woman. I didn't go here and lose all this weight so I can look better for women, which I think on obviously it's just healthier to do that. But I'm just saying, like I just feel like a lot of people are really they just be lying saying they don't do that for and you do it so you can look better as you get older.
Yeah, or better in like for society standards. Like
Sure.
these lips are like insane. These lip fillers are getting a little out of
Yeah.
control, man.
I'm gonna be really honest with you. Like I can somewhat understand the BBL, even though but the results kind of make me. But the boob job, like I know a lot of guys like titties and stuff like that, but respectfully, when dudes they don't even pay attention to them a lot of the time when they're having sex.
Yeah.
So it's not even like a. And then they don't even move. They just be sitting there.
Yeah.
They be bouncing and they be doing this. They just don't move. This is weird. Anyway, how we got? Oh no, never mind. I skipped another one. Video games, overrated, underrated.
That's a hard one. Depends.
How?
That's a hard one.
Massively underrated.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm
Underrated.
not-
I love video games. So.
It just depends. I don't really like them that much. I play them.
You just talked about. The
I like
VR.
VR. VR is great, and I
Those
love
are
VR.
video games.
Okay, then that's hard. Okay.
I think you said first person shooter, so that lets
Awful.
me know that I don't like first person shooter
Awful.
games either.
I do.
I don't like
I do.
racing
They're my
games
favorite.
either.
I don't like racing games.
I like
First-person
adventure.
shooter.
Yeah.
RPGs.
That's what I like. RPGs. and
Those are
stuff
the
like
better
that.
games. And when you play, those games are more tailored towards single player. So like when you play those, they're a lot better. And I think that video games are just a stress relief. You know what I mean? Like if I'm like most of the time when I've had like bad breakups or anything like that, I'll just turn on video games and just get lost in what's going on there.
Dude, my son, he wants me to play. Do you know what Portals 2 is?
Gross.
Oh my gosh. I just want to like throw his controller at the
Just
wall.
stop playing first person
Oh,
shooters.
it's awful. Well, that's all he wants to play, and I'm trying to like spend time with him.
Or like the
and
Royale games like Fortnite and Apex and stuff like that. Don't play them either.
he loves those too, and I can't
Gross.
stand them. He used to want to play. I love Minecraft. I do like Minecraft.
Minecraft
a
is
lot.
cool.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to play it anymore.
I'm just not a big fan of first person anyway because I like to create characters and stuff like that. So like I want to see what my character looks like. And for the longest I wouldn't play Skyrim because of that because I didn't know there was a third person on Skyrim. So I just literally was playing it like, bro, like why am I making this character if I can't see? And then they was like, bro, you can see him. I was like, oh,
I love
I might like
Skyrim.
Skyrim now. I'm really more of Elder Scrolls. Like
That's what I'm trying to get my
online.
son into is like Elder Scrolls and stuff.
I think I don't know. I feel like there's a difference between gamers and people who play video games. Because like people who play video games play the traditional Call of Duty, NBA 2K, Fortnite, Grand Theft Auto. They're not playing anything that's gonna get nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. You just play video games because most people I know, especially with Xboxes, have the same like 6 games. Like,
Yeah.
it's just crazy. Or Madden too. I'll add that on there too. Anyway, okay. So you said underrated. Son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
I'm gonna change mine to underrated since we discussed it.
Yes. Okay. Cranberries and all of its variations.
Gross.
Overrated.
Thank God.
Ugh, cranberries are so disgusting.
Yes, good.
I do like cranberry juice. That's the only
Gross.
thing I do. Everything
Ew.
else is disgusting.
It's supposed to be good for you, and I just don't care.
Yeah,
I
don't
like
care.
the tartness of it. I do, but every way, like any other type of cranberry, is just
I
disgusting.
despise the word tart. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't. It just sounds awful.
Yeah, they're gross on their own, and then I'm a diabetic, so the only way I can get it is sugar free. It just makes it worse. And
Sugar-free
it's
cranberry juice
disgusting,
doesn't
or
sound good
light.
at all.
It's
Yeah,
so,
I've had that.
so
It's
gross.
terrible.
That does not sound good at all. Porn. Overrated, underrated.
Underrated.
Agreed. It's very
Underrated.
I don't really have an opinion on it. I'm demisexual, so
Explain.
What is that?
I had to have
I've
emotional
heard
connection to
that.
someone
I-
to be interested in them.
Sounds like you're
So-
a woman.
I'm the opposite. Like I can separate sex and love like completely. Like there's
Yeah.
That's
I can't.
interesting because
Yeah.
most
I
women
can't.
cannot.
yeah. I can't.
That's a very masculine trait because that's why most men women. I've had women come in here and ask me why men cheat, and I'm like, men don't cheat. They just have sex because they can just go fuck a girl and just be done with her. And
Yeah,
then
well, there's another topic. I did read that, so I know there's another topic I'm not going to cover, but yeah.
that's interesting.
So-
Yeah. So okay. So what was we talking about?
It's porn.
Oh, okay. So you feel like porn is you don't have an opinion on
I
it.
don't really have an opinion on it.
Do you think it's more overrated or more underrated though? Not like one, like not completely, but do you think it leans a little bit towards more overrated or leans a little bit towards underrated?
I guess underrated in a way.
It's awesome.
I actually think porn is great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it helped me a lot because like I was just like when I had lost my virginity, the first thing I was thinking about was okay, just do what they do in the porn. Do what they do in the porn.
Yeah, that's how I learned a lot too. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Social media, underrated, overrated.
Overrated.
Yeah. I'm gonna say overrated for sure.
I'm gonna be in the minority and say it's underrated. But why is it overrated though?
People just, I feel like there's no need to put my whole life on
Social
social
media,
media. Yeah, or like air my dirty laundry or anything. I put pictures of me and my son usually, and like I have been sharing a little bit more than I usually share lately, just so people know what's going on with me. Like as far as I was in the hospital recently and some stuff like that happened, but I don't air my dirty. Like it's so unattractive when people air their dirty laundry on social media.
I agree.
Cannot stand it.
Yeah, I agree. I don't usually post a lot of stuff about myself. I just share a lot of memes.
That's what.
That's
Is
pretty
that
much
not
all I
great
do.
though? Like
It is. That
I
that
would.
part I like.
Like
I
I
would
want,
say-
I want social interaction like face to face. Like I want to
Yeah.
be around another human being.
Same.
Well, I will say that social media is underrated for the sense of one, there's people that I would probably never ever be able to interact with had it not been for social media because of where they live or let's say like I met him at the club or something. I'd probably only be able to talk to him if I saw them at the club because I don't give my phone number out.
Right.
I mean, and there's some people I don't even have them on like Facebook or whatever, only on Snapchat. So if I lose Snapchat, I won't be able to talk to them anymore. So like I like, and because they don't ever come back, come around or anything like that.
I guess I just don't utilize it. Like I don't talk to anybody on social media.
Well-
Like I wouldn't be here without social media.
Well, even then, like even if we like peel it back even another layer, like I think social media is like the number one news site in the world
That's true.
or news outlet rather, because like
True.
everything that I've heard, I found out on social media.
Yeah.
Like everything about any election that we've had or anything about like COVID and when anything major was going on in celebrity deaths or if even somebody dying around here, like I've known about it, like shootings, all kinds of things, weather, tornadoes, anything like that,
That is true.
It can be good from that
Roadblocks.
standpoint,
Yeah,
but
oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people don't like that.
Yeah, well, why
But I'm
not?
like, hey,
I'm gonna post it. I'm appreciate it if you post it.
I'm
Same.
telling
Thanks.
you. All right. Polygamy, overrated, underrated.
Underrated. That's the one.
Underrated.
Yeah, underrated. Totally.
Why is it underrated? I think it's underrated as well. But why is it underrated?
Because it's to think like I don't believe that we were created to be monogamous. First of all, I do not agree with that. Because there are like two species in the world that are monogamous other than human beings, right? Like what is it?
Swan, I think.
A starfish or something? No, not a starfish. A seahorse and something else. Like they're the only ones that are like monogamous instead of penguins, maybe.
Yeah.
Stay with their
some-
partners. Like, and
some
it's
birds.
just we're so like there's so many layers to us. Like, and I feel like one person is just
Specifically, okay. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you go first, and then I'd ask you a question. Okay.
I'm the kind of person that needs more attention than one person can give me. So that's why I agree with that.
So you think that? So do y'all think that? Okay. So should polygamy be woman, man, 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 woman, woman?
no.
It doesn't matter.
I think for me, it depends on what the people want. but I like one man's enough for me. You know, like I got a
So
man.
you would be cool with sharing him with another woman?
I want to like I want all like a triad. Like I would like
You want to be
that's
with the
my
woman too?
ultimate goal. Yeah, I would like two women and a
I like
man
it.
to be together. Like
Don't
that's my
matter to
ultimate.
me.
I have actually been in a relationship like that before, and it was interesting.
That's a
It was fun.
dream.
Yeah.
I think most men would want that too, honestly.
Now
Because I
you'd
mean,
think that you would think that, but I dated a few guys and told them about it, and they were like, "No, I couldn't
Yeah.
handle two women." Like,
Some men are just like, no, I can't do that.
well, I'll be honest with you.
Or,
I would
just want
say
you to do it
that
myself.
I would say that a lot of men would want that. They just don't. It's a trap, kind of, right? So like, if I say like I want two women, then that woman will probably feel like she like. We had a girl in here the other day that was actually it's our birthday today, so happy birthday, Kirsty. She said that why if guys want to have sex with other women, why don't they just say it? I'm like, because guys cannot say that. If they say that, most women are not gonna like that.
Most women are gonna be like, oh, so I'm not enough for you.
but
Or they'll get all the way to the sex and then like, oh, you're fucking her more than me, or you're fucking
Yeah.
her harder than me, or you're kissing her more than me. It's just a setup. I think a lot of women should be like you
yeah, like
because
I'm.
there's way more women
Yeah,
than men, so it only makes sense. I'm with you. I don't think that we were built for monogamy
No.
either.
and it just more like two women in a household. There's just so many like there's a lot of positives to that as
Yeah.
far as like the emotional. Like say men aren't as emotional as women, and I need emotional support. Like there's
Same.
a woman for me to like
Man can take care of
Yeah.
everything, and then
Yeah.
you can have the woman to
Right.
support, and it sounds great.
it does.
just-
I mean, it is great as far as like
It's
I
great
guess-
with the right people.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure,
There's a lot of
sure.
honesty. It has to be.
Though
there's
I
a lot
will
of
say it does
honesty.
not have a good success rate.
No.
But if it was a little bit more normalized and people could put their egos aside, because I think that's what it usually is. Everybody feels like me matters more than us. People
Right.
can put their egos aside. And I also think people kind of deviate from that triad a lot of the times. Like they want to still go out and do it with other people.
Yeah,
And I feel like that's kind of where it kind of fucks up at.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm good with. I don't. I'm a very loyal person, but I do like I want a woman, like you know what I mean. And but more than one man, I can't. That's a lot. Like men are get on my nerves a lot of times,
Yeah, I prefer
I
a
ain't giving
woman
that
over
up
a man
either.
because men are
Yeah.
just
and women are beautiful to look at, you
Yes.
know. And men,
Agreed.
like men,
Just
they're okay.
Yeah, I got you. I concur. Okay. All right. So I'm talking about the board game Monopoly. Overrated, underrated.
Overrated.
I don't know. I like Monopoly. It's except for the fact that
Overrated?
it lasts for
I
hours.
don't like it.
It's a very long game, but with the right people, it's hilarious.
Yes, it is.
Actually, I actually want to like.
I'm gonna cheat. Don't let me be the banker.
That's what
I'm
you
totally
need to-
cheating.
Well, I don't know about cheating, but I mean like I like people that are like shisty, like shisty on the board. Like okay, I tell you what, you can land on my property and I'll give you a free pass, but you got to give me the. I love people like that playing with them.
Yes.
Those people make the game so fun, and then it's a lot of shit talking.
I like Catan. Have y'all ever played Catan or like Risk? They're good.
Ugh.
I like Risk too.
I like
mean,
Monopoly.
I'm
I
Monopoly,
hate Monopoly.
Cards
so
Against
much.
Humanity. I love
Never
that.
played
I love
that. I've
Cards
never
Against
played it.
Humanity.
That's very surprising.
Yeah, I've never.
I would
I,
figure
it's
you
a
would play
great
that.
game.
I would like to. I would like to
Good.
play it.
I want to do something on the channel where we just play board games and film them. We're gonna do that.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
I need a better layout because this isn't gonna work. Okay, where we at now? Christmas, overrated, underrated.
Overrated
Overrated.
Interesting. Why is that?
because it's just a money trap. Like that's all it is. Really.
Fair.
I agree. I'm also not religious, so I can't.
Me either.
Yeah.
I would say more so. I would say kind of.
I do love Christmas. I love the togetherness as far as that goes, like the sense of family, you know. And
Yeah, I think that's one of the holidays where everybody actually usually can get together because most of the time, it on all the other holidays, like the next one that's coming up that I think is massively overrated, and I actually made a video on it. But not everybody really gets to be there at that one. But on Christmas, everybody's there, and I don't know. I like it. I don't. I will say it is a money trap for sure a lot of the times, and a lot is expected, and it's really been made more about materialistic things instead of the actual reason for it. But it's underrated in the fact that it's just a good Me and my family, we get together, we eat, we play cards, we play stuff. I mean, it's just
Me and my family argue every Christmas. Somebody
Exactly.
starts
well,
something.
we argue too.
It makes it
Somebody
hard
says
for me because I
something.
don't have a whole lot of family left. My grandparents are gone, so it's just pretty much my mom and my sister.
Well, I mean, like even with friends too. Sometimes, like I,
Yeah,
like
I
me
would
and
rather be with my friends than the family.
I
Sometimes.
always say friends are like.
Friends are family, really.
I mean, there's a difference between family and relatives. I always say people who,
Oh yeah.
yeah, the people who are my friends I spend more time with. So, aside from coworkers, but Thanksgiving, overrated, underrated. I'll answer overrated.
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 Yeah.
Food, trash. People don't even be getting together. I've already made a whole video on this, but
Yeah.
my God,
Yeah.
overrated. So bad, so bad.
I think most holidays are overrated, personally.
Except
Especially Valentine's Day.
Halloween is my favorite. I love
Halloween is
Halloween
awesome.
is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Halloween. I like Halloween and Christmas. I also like 4th of July only because of the food.
Fireworks. I like 4th
I
of
like the
July,
fireworks too. Valentine's Day, yes, very overrated.
too. Yeah.
Fortnite, overrated, underrated,
Overrated.
massively overrated.
Very.
Overrated.
Cool. iPhones, overrated, underrated.
Dude. I'm going to say underrated. I got an Android, but I do love iPhones. I do.
Underrated. I love my iPhone.
I love my iPhone too, but they're massively overrated.
I just lost my iPhone, so like, yeah.
So
I'm a little bummed out
tragic.
about
They're
it.
overrated. I think people equate iPhones to like success and like there's people who have no house, no car, whatever, no job, but they
Got
still
an
have
iPhone.
iPhones. Shit is crazy to me. And then like there was a poll that came out a while back and it said one of the most unattractive things that you can have in somebody is they have an Android. And I was like, that's the craziest shit I've ever
is
heard in my
crazy.
life. It was a couple years ago, probably about 6 years ago. But that's the craziest shit ever. Also, Androids are like way farther ahead when it comes to technology and specs and stuff like that. So overall, they're the better phone, but more people boost up iPhones like they're better.
Yeah, I just like how streamlined they are. With Android, there's so many different things you can do. I just like how streamlined.
The only thing I don't like about it is every time they always compare the best iPhone to the worst Android.
Right.
I like,
Dude,
bro,
I will
like,
agree with that.
You gotta compare it to like the Galaxies and the
Yeah.
that line.
Not the Galaxy A13. You get it.
Yeah,
22.
right.
Like,
Yeah, like the 22s and the Ultras and the Notes and the stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie, I like my iPhone now, but the Note was one of the best phones I've ever had in my life.
I'll say if I
Yeah.
had to trade for any Galaxy, it would be a Galaxy Note.
I don't want the flip. That flip that they got is
It's
fire. I want it so
cool.
bad.
Yeah.
Um,
Or the Z Fold. Like,
yeah, well, whatever that thing.
They have
Yeah,
the flip and the fold. Like,
yeah.
so.
Well, the flip fold. Get them both.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Next is Androids. Obviously, to me, they're underrated.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say overrated a little bit.
Tough.
I really like Apple. I've been Android like my whole life until I got an Apple like not too long ago, and I really started to like it a whole lot. So
I'll be complete. I will never go back, but I have one. It'll never be my main phone. I have one just for other things like emulators and stuff like that, so I can play like Game Boy Advance games, Game Boy Color games, stuff on my phone. But other than that, I'm not gonna make it my main just because of everybody has iPhones and it's easier like with iMessage and FaceTime and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that would be the only reason why I wouldn't go back.
I've always had an iPhone, so
Yeah. Okay. Alcohol, overrated, underrated.
I'm gonna say overrated. I don't drink a whole lot.
overrated.
I say massively overrated. Man, my phone is blowing.
I do. I like to like twice a year get a little turn, but I don't drink a lot.
I just feel like people are so dependent on it to have a good time, and I'm like, you don't even remember what you're doing the morning
Right.
before, and
Exactly.
I've had like so many girls come up to me and like say they didn't know they kissed this dude the night before, or their friend had to tell them what happened. I had some of my guy
Mm-mm.
friends wake up in cars and soccer fields and shit. I'm just like, bro, like explain to me where the fun was in that.
I like to be in control of myself, like
That's 100%.
Yeah.
Weed, overrated, underrated.
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 I'm gonna be honest with you. It's tad bit overrated.
I don't smoke it a lot, but when I do, I feel like awesome. I love it.
It's a tad bit overrated.
Have you ever had an edible though?
I've not done any.
You never?
No, I've been around a lot of people who do a lot of these things, and I'm not gonna say that it's addicting. Like they're not addicted to the weed. I think they're addicted to how the weed makes them feel.
Yeah, mentally.
Yeah, and like I don't know. I think it just I don't know. I feel like being a stoner is kind of cool, you know. So people are like, they're like, oh yeah, it's cool to be a stoner. So I mean, there's a lot of people I know who've lost jobs because of weed, and they'll just keep on smoking it, or they'll blame the job. Like I'm like, bro, like no, it's because you smoked the weed.
Well, I don't smoke. I don't smoke weed. I don't do it at all, ever, hardly. Like I said, I drink twice a year. I might smoke twice a year. If it's there and I have nothing else to do and no, responsibilities, I might hit it a couple times.
I
But
very much understand that it's not really bad in a sense, but people just make it really bad.
yeah,
Like people are killing each other
anything
over it, and
yeah, anything in excess
Yeah.
is
yeah,
it's not good.
for sure.
It's got a lot of good medical properties to it, though.
Absolutely. I think it, like I said, when used correctly, I think
When
it's
used
great.
correctly, yeah.
And even recreationally, it can't be, it still can be not that bad. But I think a lot of people just,
They can't survive without it. Like
right. And that's why I say it's not an addiction.
They use it as a crutch.
yeah.
Yeah. It's just really bad. I mean, I know some people who will like if they have $10 and no gas, they'll put $4 in the car and $6 to buy some weed, which I don't know where they're going to get weed from for $6. But
They can get some, I'm sure, somewhere.
somebody will sell it. But it's just crazy to me. Like, I don't think it's an addiction, but there's addictive tendencies that come with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like.
You can be addicted to anything can become a vice. Anything.
Oh, for sure. Absolutely. For sure. Okay. Where we at? Pizza. Overrated, underrated.
I love some pizza. I'm gonna say underrated.
I think it's overrated.
Overrated.
No way,
Overrated.
dude.
Yeah.
No.
It's just we're gonna have a party. Oh, let's just get some pizza.
It's
I
the
love
best thing
pizza,
at work.
and
I don't feel
I
like,
love Little Caesars. I
I
don't
love
care.
Little Caesars too.
I love pizza.
I like their cheese sticks and like specifically the pepperoni cheese sticks. I might go get some of them after we leave. Man, but it's just like it's like a cop out. Like, oh, I want to cook tonight. Let's just go to. That's Little Caesar's name. I don't feel like cooking tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and
go
that's
get
what
Little
I love
Caesars.
about it.
I like Pizza Hut a lot better, but
Oh, let me.
I like Domino's, but always with extra sauce.
absolutely not.
Always.
Domino's is awful.
No, I love it. Well,
That might be a very overrated restaurant. But pizza it's just like everybody just always gets. I just got burnt out on it. It's still good.
Yeah.
I just have to eat it every once in a while because I used to eat it every. You remember I played basketball in high school. Every time, every game,
Easy go to.
pizza. Any gathering that you have, even if we went to the parties when we were in high school, when we used to go to Friends and Company all the time. Pizza.
Yeah, it
Pizza.
was.
It's pizza, and
Yeah.
the next one on here, same way, but yeah, pizza is just a little overrated for me. It's not nasty by any stretch of the imagination.
It's
It's
just overrated.
overrated. The next one, tacos. Overrated, underrated.
I'm gonna say overrated for tacos.
Yeah,
Overrated.
overrated.
Same.
Overrated.
If it wasn't pizza, it was Taco Bell.
Yes.
Taco Bell, Mexican. Let's go to Vitor. I'm sick of. I don't. Again, they're not nasty.
And we're getting a new Mexican restaurant across from Mitoro in front of the Malco.
No, I'm
How
telling you.
many do we need?
Throwing shade. Like they're
Oh, man,
shade,
dude,
throwing shade to
hey.
me, Toro. It's great.
It's just crazy, man. It's just so many. Damn. Like everybody just. I don't know. I'd rather eat a quesadilla sometimes.
I just want some sushi.
I like sushi.
I love sushi.
How do you like the sushi though? Do you like it cooked or you like it like slimy?
I like
raw?
it cooked. I like it
Oh, I
cooked.
love it raw.
Yeah, no, I've had a couple
What's your
raw that were
favorite ones?
okay, but some of them just make me cringe.
Big shocker. I don't like sushi.
God.
I love it.
I am very picky. We're gonna have to have just a podcast with me and you where we just talking about what we don't like. I mean, I got crucified for that list I put on Facebook.
I read that list. I was like, oh, he doesn't like pie? Like, what is wrong with this man? Like,
I don't
what?
either.
Gross.
Oh my God, pie is so any pie except pecan pie. Ew.
Yeah, pecan pie's gross.
Yeah.
All of
It's good to
gross.
be among friends, Ashley. Fruity gum.
No, overrated. Totally.
Yeah, it's very overrated to me too.
Can't do it.
Ribs. Overrated, underrated.
Boneless or not boneless?
However you like to eat them.
Underrated.
I
Mad
think they're overrated. I don't like ribs.
I love.
I don't
What?
I don't eat a lot of meat. Like I eat chicken and seafood mostly. I don't eat.
Seafood? That's overrated as a motherfucker.
It is overrated, but
I hope I put that on
I
there.
don't know. I love shrimp.
I,
Love
Shrimp
some
is cool.
shrimp.
It's just too much work to eat seafood. Like
Yeah,
I
crawfish.
love crab legs, but I have to like
I had
take it
something
on a
last night.
date,
They're the
put it on a
best.
helicopter ride, and do all that, pay for its college just to eat it. I just don't want to do all that. Oh, it's so irritating. But what we were talking about? Ribs? Yeah, no, okay. Garlic butter, overrated, underrated,
Underrated.
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 overrated.
I love garlic.
I love
Anything
garlic.
Extra garlic, please. I love garlic.
Just I don't know. It's good, but it's not like people make it out to be like divine, and I'm like, no, it's not that. It's not hidden like that.
I didn't know people put it on a pedestal like that.
They do. Anytime when and that goes back to pizza. Anytime when people talk about pizza, the first thing they say, "Oh, you got the garlic butter? Did you get some garlic butter?" I know you got garlic butter. I'm like, bro, like no.
I don't even eat it on my pizza. Like
I don't either.
I like the cheesy jalapeno stuff at Little Caesars.
I just eat my shit regular. Stuffed crust though.
I feel like
Yes.
yeah, stuffed crust. Yeah,
YouTube overrated, underrated.
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 I hope nobody here says overrated.
Underrated.
Underrated.
A lot of gun. I think most of my life has been on YouTube as far as just like watching it. Like literally, that's all of what I do is literally YouTube. I'm literally on that app more than any other app.
Yeah, I like YouTube a lot too.
TikTok, overrated, underrated.
I don't TikTok. Overrated. Don't do it.
I love TikTok.
I
I
hate
can't say
TikTok.
anything.
Massively overrated to
It
me.
is overrated, but
I don't like
I
it.
love it.
I feel
I'm
like
starting to like it a little bit, but I still don't really. I still think it's mad overrated.
big time. I
It's just
don't-
like the little fad for now. Like, you know, like there was Vine and then there was the other shit that was 5 seconds. I can't remember. It's
It's just a bunch. I just feel like I lose brain cells every time I get on there.
I mean, it's like that for me with Facebook, but I love Facebook
Yeah.
too. Bagels, overrated, underrated.
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 Overrated.
Love bagels.
Same.
Love bagels.
Gross. And then y'all put that nasty ass cream cheese on them.
I don't put cream cheese on mine.
I do sometimes, but I like, I'll make a whole sandwich out of my bagel.
Sandwich.
I will.
Bagels are gross. Donuts, overrated, underrated.
Overrated.
Overrated?
Overrated.
Why?
What? They're just like a deep fried bagel.
Stop. Listen, have y'all ever been to the greatest place on earth aside from Chick-fil-A?
I hate Chick-fil-A.
What?
You gotta leave.
Chick-fil-A, their grilled nuggets
They're
are like
overrated.
Stop.
So bad.
They're
We're
divine.
gonna. It's a question for later.
Sorry.
Divine.
The question
Sorry.
for later. But donuts. Have you ever been to the second greatest place on earth, Krispy Kreme, and got a donut from there?
Yeah, they're okay.
Okay, the disrespect. Anything other than hallelujah, godlike, divine, is absolutely blasphemous.
I've never been to Krispy Kreme, so
What?
no.
I'm sorry, I almost broke my neck. I mean, even on a lesser scale, like Max's Donuts here in Corinth is great.
Yeah, they're okay. They're
I
pretty
don't know if
good.
you've ever had like, what's that shit in Tupelo called?
Dunkin' Donuts.
Scarlett's.
No.
Dunkin' Donuts is okay too.
I've never had Dunkin' Donuts either. So
Man, you need to explore.
yeah, I do.
Fire.
I do.
Okay, well, we know my answer to this. Pie, overrated, underrated.
Overrated.
I'm gonna say I
Over.
love pie, but I'm gonna say it's a little overrated.
Oh, okay, good. Cake, overrated, underrated.
Overrated.
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 Overrated?
Overrated. I'd rather have pie than cake.
What?
Yes,
Oh, disrespect.
I would.
Pie over cake?
Yes,
Oh, what
yes.
kind of? Okay, so when you do get cake, what kind of cake do you like?
Well, carrot cake. I really like carrot cake.
Oh,
Oh, that's why you don't like it.
Oh, shut up.
That's your number one.
Yeah, and like
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm basic when it comes to cake, but I mean, still like.
yeah. If I'm gonna
Carrot
eat cake, I love carrot cake. I love carrot cake, but like, yeah, I don't really. Cake's not that great to me.
Oh, that hurts my soul.
Caramel cake's okay.
Oh
Ew.
man, Malik said that was the most overrated dessert.
Ugh, I hate caramel cake. Like,
It's not
ugh,
good.
ugh.
I'm just a plain Jane, regular vanilla vanilla.
I have had some good, really good cakes, but like the ones from Walmart and stuff are
Oh,
not.
that's the best. Oh, those are great.
Mm-mm.
I like ice cream cakes from Baskin Robbins too.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're all right.
Work from home jobs, overrated, underrated.
Underrated.
I think they're overrated.
I'm gonna say underrated.
Why are they overrated?
I'm sorry, I had to socialize at some point in my life.
Why are they underrated?
If I'm well, because I get to stay in my pajamas, and when I socialize at work, it's never fun. Like I do not like my coworkers at all. So
Okay, I'd say I'm half and half. I guess I don't know if I want to sit in a chair all day because I think a lot of those places where you have to have your camera turned on, you have to actually dress up. Some of them too. Now you probably don't have to have bottoms on, but so I've seen a lot of people wear suits and then like they get up and just be in boxers.
Yeah.
That'd be me. But
I just can't sit at a desk all day. I'm like you. I gotta.
yeah.
No, I can't.
Staycations, overrated, underrated. Oh, I did a lot of these.
Staycation.
That's like, well, I don't know. I mean, if y'all know, it's like instead of like I took one recently. Like you put PTO in, but instead of going somewhere, you just stay at home.
I'm gonna say that's very
I
underrated.
think they're underrated.
Yeah.
Mad underrated. Sex, overrated, underrated.
Overrated.
I'm gonna say it's overrated too. Okay, but it depends. Like we're talking about like average sex or like
No, sex in general, not.
fireworks sex, like toxic.
You have to take it all. So there's like
Oh, all of
the
it.
bad sex and the good
It's
sex.
usually bad though. It's usually not that great. Like I'd rather just watch porn. Like
Damn,
yeah,
you've been let down in your
I
life.
have.
It's very
So
overrated.
for you.
Yep.
Overrated for you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm kind of because I will literally like turn down sex to play my video game or to sleep because naps are like
Naps were everything.
But then there's times where I'm like thinking I'm like okay the porn ain't gonna do it. I'm not
I need
start,
some physical
I
contact.
just feel like that's what
Facts.
everyone wants nowadays. Like
What,
that's
sex?
yeah,
Yeah,
that's all anyone wants.
Most like it's not what men like. Some men that's the only way they know how to feel a positive emotion.
I'll be
like
real
sex.
with you though. It's because it's not easy for men. It's not easy. It's really not. Like, a lot of people think that men just out here fucking. They really not. There's a lot of virgins and a lot of guys that haven't had sex in God knows how long. I've had 2 actual stints in my life where I went like 2 years without having sex, like twice. Like I did it and then I had sex and then it was another 2 years before I had it again. Like I mean, like it's just not easy for men to have sex. I think it's different because like like I say all the time, either one of you could just put a post up on Facebook and say who wants to fuck.
We don't even got to do that. We just
Yeah.
got to post on Facebook. That's all we got to
And
do.
dudes are gonna want to do it, but like me, I go and post who wants to fuck. Even the girls that want to fuck me aren't gonna say it because they don't want to look like they're hoes. So it's
Yeah, and that's what I told this guy one time. I was like, look, most girls will fuck, but they don't want you to ask them if they're gonna fuck. They want to feel like you don't know they're going to. Like
Yes.
like
I agree.
So that's the
and that's what I'm
truth.
saying. That's why I say it for men it's probably very underrated because a lot of men don't get it a lot.
It's like the moment a man asks, I'm just like, nope, I'm not attracted to you anymore. Go
Yeah,
away.
don't even ask. Like
A
I'm
lot
like,
of guys
go away.
don't. A lot of guys don't have experience with women, so they don't know how to. And like I said, now that women's standards have got a little bit higher, now what probably would have been permissible 10, 20 years ago ain't gonna fly now. So
Yeah.
you gotta. It's tough out here.
Like I'm more likely to like I don't know. Like if a guy like acts like he wants it, I'm like ew. But if like a
But-
guy acts
but
like he
then-
doesn't want it, I'm gonna be like, okay, let me try this.
But then it's like with some girls, it doesn't even matter. Like a guy could come up to you and say, "I want to fuck," and if he looks good enough, then you'll fuck him. But another guy, he could do everything right, take you on dates, whatever, you still won't.
It's,
So
like,
it's-
it's not based on looks for me, but at the same time, I'd rather be with a woman than a man any given day of the week. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting. Okay. McDonald's overrated, underrated.
Overrated.
Y'all are tripping.
Mm.
Underrated.
I do not.
I
like
don't
McDonald's.
eat out a lot,
I
like
don't
fast
either.
food.
McDonald's is that friend that you need when you're in trouble.
No,
All the time.
No.
I feel like that's Wendy's. Like
Yes,
I love Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Touche. I'll give you.
You even got a little redheaded girl. She was your friend.
Wendy's is underrated as a motherfucker. I actually
It is.
said like After Chick-fil-A, that's my second favorite place to
Yeah,
eat.
Wendy's is the bomb.
Yeah.
Love
It
it.
is.
Plane rides, overrated, underrated.
Underrated.
Never been on one.
You
They're
should.
amazing.
Freak me out.
You should. They're great. I think plane rides are a lot like roller coasters. The initial terror is getting on there, but once you get on there, I fall asleep.
Me too. Every time. Once we get past takeoff, I'm out the whole time till we
Mhm.
land. I love it. Love it.
Amusement parks, overrated, underrated.
That's a hard one. That's a
Yeah,
hard
it
one.
is.
That's really
Under.
hard.
I don't go to them enough, so I can't say like, oh well, I've been there a lot, and well, actually, I used to go a lot when I was a kid, but I loved them when I was a kid.
Disney World is very underrated. I'm gonna say like Disney World is great. I love Disney.
I
World.
love Disney World.
I got to go for free when I was 20. I got to go for free.
I've
It was
never
great.
been to Disney World. I've been to Disneyland in California, but I've never went to Disney World in Orlando.
It's amazing.
It is.
I feel like that's just one of those things that it's better and you know the lore and all that stuff. I wouldn't go because I don't really fuck with Disney like that.
The rides are like so epic though.
If there was like a
The wait
Cartoon
lines are
Network
not.
world, I'd go there.
Go
Like,
to Universal. That's the
Nickel-
closest you're gonna get.
I've
like,
been to Universal. Or if there was a Nickelodeon world, I'd go there. But Disney is just like,
They're haunted. The haunted mansion and
That's my favorite.
yes, and the one. What's the
The
one?
skyscraper.
The one where you're like going through space. Like it looks like, and all these stars are passing you. What is it called? Space Mountain. Space Mountain.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say Space Mountain.
I couldn't
They had that
remember.
at Disneyland.
Great.
Only. Oh no, sorry. Triple. Casinos.
Overrated.
Overrated.
Over. Well, I don't know. The comedy shows are pretty good. I like to go to the comedy shows, but I do not gamble. Don't take me into a casino. I'll get
I
mad.
have the
Like,
worst luck in the world, so the
I-
casinos are not my friend.
I don't go often, but the times that I have when I've actually had a decent time, and I've lost money one of the times, but
I've only been once and gambled, and I hated it. So
Yeah, I did not like it.
strip clubs underrated.
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 Yeah,
Y'all go to the y'all rather go to men's or women's strip clubs?
women,
Women's.
women for sure.
It's funny, even like the straightest of women will say they'd rather go to a female strip club.
Yeah,
Hilarious. I'm gonna say they're a little overrated only because I don't like paying to get into somewhere where I have to throw money.
yeah.
I feel like paying to get into the casino. Like, why would I pay to come in here if I'm giving you money already? And then like, it's such a what are we talking about strip clubs? I don't know. Like,
It depends.
I'm really bad about having to pay for access to women because, fortunately, I'm one of the guys that don't have to pay for access to women. And even if I just don't care, like I'm not gonna buy your content. I'm not gonna do all that anyway because I don't. First off, porn is free. Second off, I can just find someone,
Right.
and if I can, it doesn't matter. I'll figure it out. Half the time, I don't want to be bothered anyway. So I don't know. I don't want to pay money to go see somebody shake their ass. I can go to the club and watch some women shake their ass.
Very true.
So
Yeah, but I don't know.
probably not as well.
I
but
like strip clubs. I do.
I don't think they're just bad. They're just not my thing.
But a lot of times, like women don't have to pay to go into strip
Yeah,
clubs.
of course
have,
they
like,
don't.
Women's ladies' night, and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay. OnlyFans. Overrated, underrated.
overrated,
Overrated.
very.
So,
Yeah.
I agree. Outside malls. Overrated, underrated.
I'm gonna say underrated.
I don't really go malls and stuff. I really go to the mall in Tupelo, so I guess outside malls are a little overrated to me. I don't know.
I'm thinking like a flea market too. Like I love flea markets. I love strip malls. I like them.
Like
I'm
there's
split on
one of
it.
my favorite places to go is the Tanger Outlet in South Haven. It's an outside mall. Wonderful. Also, there's one in Huntsville called Bridge Street. It's beautiful. Now, it's a lot of. I don't know. It's funny because I can do like a whole bunch of walking in an indoor mall, and it will never feel like as much work as walking outside. I guess because of the air and stuff. But oh my god, I would say that outside malls are underrated though.
Yeah.
Jewelry underrated, overrated.
Overrated. I'm gonna say overrated.
I'm gonna say
Yeah, I'd
Under.
say underrated.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It depends on the type of jewelry, I guess. I'm not like I know I got jewelry on, but like I'm not like big into bling or anything like that. I don't like a lot of bling.
Bling.
Yeah, bling.
I love it. I love it. I have like 8,000 chains in there.
Really?
Yeah. I love it.
I'm more into like natural. Like I like wooden jewelry and stuff like that. Like so.
Eh.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Interracial relationships, overrated, underrated.
I'm gonna say I don't really know how to answer that.
Listen, I'll say this: you don't have to worry about offending me. If you don't believe in them, it's perfectly fine.
Oh no, I've dated black men
Yeah,
before.
I say it
so-
doesn't bother me.
Yeah, but I'm
I
not.
think people make a bigger deal out of them than they are.
Yeah, so there might be a little overrated in that sense that
You said
people.
people what?
Make a bigger deal out of them than they are.
Yeah.
How so? What do you mean?
Like, more people don't agree with them than that do agree with them.
That would make them
Especially-
overrated, though?
No, I didn't say they're overrated.
Oh, I thought you said they were overrated. Oh.
No. I just
Ah.
said people make a big deal about them.
Yeah, I
You
would.
shouldn't.
I think like I'm not gonna not date somebody because of their race. You know, if I click with somebody, I click with somebody. So.
Right.
As it should be, yeah. Maybe that's just like a weird one to say over or under.
Yeah.
But I guess the next one, it probably won't be that hard. Same-sex marriages, overrated, underrated.
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 Well, I'm going to go overrated only because of what I said about marriage before. Because
Yeah.
marriage in itself is overrated. So
I'll
it
say,
doesn't matter
yeah.
who gets married. It's still overrated to me. I don't have a problem with it, though. Hey, do you have fun?
Right.
It doesn't concern me, so I don't care. Also, to have a polygamous relationship, you're going to have somewhat of a same-sex marriage. So,
Right.
I mean, you know.
Same sex, at least relationship.
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
French fries, overrated, underrated.
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 I love
Same.
French fries.
I haven't met a soul who actually does not like French fries.
How can you not like French fries?
Yeah.
They're so good.
I would actually think it would be weird if somebody said they like French fries.
Potatoes anyway
I'm a
are
potato
good.
whore. I love potatoes.
Yeah, me too.
Facts. All right. Well, that's the end of the first podcast. First topic. It took us an hour to get through it, but it's okay. The next one probably ain't gonna take that long. I shortened it a little bit so that because I knew the first one would take forever. All right. So the second topic are either or questions until the end, and then I'll ask the questions that I generally ask everybody that come on the podcast, and I'll let you know when we get there. So either or questions. First, eggs or sausage?
Sausage.
Eggs.
Sausage. You said eggs.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, it's definitely probably eggs.
I love sausage.
I like
love
sausage
eggs.
sauce. But you like the patties or the links?
The patties. The patties. I like the patties.
It's hard to turn out a good sausage biscuit in the morning, but I don't know. Eggs are just so reliably good.
They are good. They are.
I
And
love
so
'em.
many
Then
ways you
throw
can have an
some
egg.
cheese in them. I love a good omelet. So many things I want to go get when I leave. Okay. This one y'all should find interesting. Tattoos or piercings?
Tattoos.
Tattoos. Only because
I have neither.
piercings, if you lose something, you have to get it re-pierced. You get your tattoo, it's there. It's more than likely not going anywhere.
I'm gonna say tattoos probably. I would love to have some, but
No, I love my piercings. I
I'm
love
not-
all of them.
I'm not gonna like. I don't know. The only thing I would probably ever get pierced is probably my ears. That's probably it.
Yeah, I don't have any piercings but my ears.
I have a lot.
So, I mean, there's some things I want pierced, but you know,
Outer space or the bottom of the sea?
bottom of the sea.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Outer space.
I think the sea utterly terrifies me.
It does. You do not know what's down there.
Don't know what's up there. Like, no.
I don't know, I
There are
just-
monsters in the bottom of the sea.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's more accessible. Like, that's somewhere that I can actually like go. Not the very bottom, but like I can go to the sea. I can explore that if I want to.
They're so.
It's
But listen,
terrifying.
let me tell you. I know that if I go to space, then maybe I'll see planets, maybe a meteor or something. You go to the bottom of the sea, there's a big, gigantic eye looking at you because it's a giant squid.
Or anglerfish.
Man, and
Scare
here's
the
the
crap
thing:
out of
you
me.
can put the Eiffel Tower in the ocean, and still there's like 18 to 20 Eiffel Towers that haven't been discovered of ocean yet. They're so terrifying to me.
awesome.
That is so
That's
scary.
scary.
I
do
mean, and
not
even
like it.
some of the things that we do know about, like sharks and fucking whales and starfish and not starfish, but like jellyfish and stuff like that. That is horrifying.
It gives me anxiety.
Man, I don't know. The ocean is just.
I like that. Well, I'm not gonna go like just jump in it. but-
Team out.
Oh, I'm not gonna like go jump in the ocean or anything, but
Sure.
you know, I think it's I think it's cooler than outer space, personally.
Okay, we'll agree to disagree. Okay, this one is gonna tell me a lot about you. Purple grapes or green grapes?
Green,
Purple.
Green?
green.
Green
Uh,
grapes are good, by the way. Don't get it twisted when I say that. But the purple ones, whole nother level.
Yes.
I love green ones.
Green?
Yes.
Oh,
He says it's gonna tell me a whole lot about you.
it does. It does. Okay. Big party or a small gathering?
Small gathering.
I like big parties.
I love big parties too.
I do. I love
I,
big
know.
parties.
I haven't been to one in a long time.
I've been waiting for like a big house party, like inside the house. Like I went to one not like a while ago, maybe like 6 months ago, but it was like at a pool, so we were all crammed in a backyard. I want to go in like a house
Yeah.
inside the house.
The last one I went to was in Oxford, and I think that was in like 2012.
That
or
was the
something.
problem right there. You don't go
Yeah.
to Oxford. To
No, it was pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie, it was a pretty
was
awesome.
it a house party though? Or
Yeah, it was a house party.
Okay, that's different. Because I was gonna say like the what's that shit called? I don't know if it's the Strip or whatever that shit is called, the Grove, whatever that downtown
Yeah.
thing is. It closes so early. It's just awful. I hate it.
The police got called, and like a couple of my friends were tripping on acid, and it was.
Oh, y'all had a Project X type party.
Yeah, it was.
I'd like to have a Project X type party. Well, go to one. I don't want to have one because I don't want my house to get torn.
Right. This was a huge house, and like people were upstairs. It was a 2-story house, and they were like dancing and stuff, and you could like feel the whole house moving. It was crazy.
Oh man, yeah. See, that's what I would like. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that would be like more of a big party though. Was that like something, or you would rather still just have like
I think
15
a big
people.
party every once in a while, but in general, just like
10,
small
15
gatherings.
people maybe?
Yeah, it's more my style.
I got you. Okay, horror movie or comedy movie?
Or
Yeah, I thought about that for a while, but like I love comedy. I do love
Same
comedy.
movie for me.
But like, what about Zombieland? Like a horror themed comedy? Like I can get down with that.
that is not considered horror. No.
The
that
horror
is a
that-
comedy.
I don't
No.
mind like
I know.
gore. I just don't like that paranormal shit. That's what.
Yeah.
I love it all.
Nah, I don't like that shit that'll have me like really wondering if I need to keep my door closed.
I can watch comedy by myself. Like I
Yes.
can watch a horror movie by myself.
Okay. Interstate or Backroads?
Interstate.
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 Good.
Yeah.
I'm interstate too. I like specifically like 10, 12 lane traffic.
Yes, me too. I'm gonna be going somewhere at like
Yeah.
90 miles an hour.
Backroads, if there's like a 18 wheeler on there, I have to just like sit there. I have to worry about
Right.
passing and stuff. I don't like that.
Also,
And
you never know where there's going to be another gas station.
Yeah.
And the
And-
potholes.
Oh,
that, the
yes.
roads are bad. Also, usually backroads are too small for 2 cars to fit on
Yep.
one side of the road, or on the not one side of the road, but on the road. And then like they always have these crazy steep turns
Mm.
and no street lights out there either.
No lines on the road.
No, man, I don't like back roads at all. Living in the city or in the country?
City.
I'm gonna say the country. I like the country. I do like like on the outskirts of a city where it's accessible.
I don't want to live anywhere where I would have to struggle to get Wi-Fi.
Same.
I can't do it.
I live in the country, so
I like the city too, cause like literally, like I could, if I got in my car right now, I could go to like 18 places to get food in like 2 minutes.
Yep.
That's
what I like.
true.
I love
Yep.
that.
Or if your car broke down, you
Same.
could like walk to get food.
Yeah,
I
or,
can't do that
yeah.
where I live, I'm like 10
Or I
miles
could-
away.
Or the mechanic is 5 seconds away. You know, I don't have to like.
That's
And
true.
there's like 3 mechanics.
I changed my vote.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I changed my vote.
Okay. Would you rather read fiction or nonfiction?
Fiction.
Not fiction.
It's fiction for me. I'm the same. I don't even read, but like, when I watch stuff, I want to watch like stuff without real people. It sounds awful. And if there are real people, I would like some supernatural shit.
Right.
Owing money or owing a favor?
Owing a favor.
Owing a favor.
Same. I don't like owing money. Writing it with a pencil or a pen?
Pen,
And
for sure.
I think as you get older, pencils just get outdated. Grilling steak or chicken?
Chicken.
What?
Chicken. For
now, I know I said
sure.
earlier I don't eat a lot of beef, but if I do eat anything, it's only a steak.
How you eat your steak?
Medium.
That was a question for later. I asked it too
Oh,
earlier.
that wasn't my fault.
I know that's my fault. I'm tripping. Okay. Steak for me too. Would you rather spend time with family or friends?
Friends.
Same.
Yeah, I don't have any
Sorry, Mom.
friends, so I'm gonna say family.
I love my family too. Don't get it twisted. I actually like both, but I have a lot more fun with my friends because I relate to them a little bit.
I have
more.
like 3 friends, and they're like reclusive and don't go anywhere or do anything. So like, I don't ever see them.
What what was the next one? Attending a party or hosting a party.
Attending.
Attending.
Same.
No cleanup.
Same. Yes. Yes. No responsibility.
Right.
Hanging out with little kids or older folks.
Older.
Older.
Older for sure.
Yeah, I don't like kids
Me neither.
at all.
I like my kid. That's about it. This is about as far as it goes.
That's the reason why I don't have any.
Same.
I only have one, but I don't see myself having any more.
I feel that. Working at the office or working at home?
Home.
Office. If I had to work.
I would probably say more so in office too. I like being at home, like don't get it twisted, but like it's being around like
I like for it to be separate. When you're working from home, you can't leave work. It's,
yeah.
so-
Yeah.
You need a separate workspace, I feel like
Yeah.
a separate work office, so you can still leave that area, you
I
know?
just need to have access to food. And I have access to food at home, but I feel like when I'm at home, like they expect for me to not be there, so they're a little bit more strict. When I'm at the office or whatever, I can get up, walk around and stuff, which I can do that here too, but I feel like they're a little bit more uptight when you work at home because they expect you to do that bullshit.
Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know. I've never worked from home though. I mean, I've had to do things at home. Like I've had like times where like the office is closed, but they still wanted us to work at home, and I hated it. I hated every bit of it. So I don't know. What's next? Adopting a puppy or adopting a child?
Puppy.
Puppy.
Same. Again, I don't like kids. So, library or museum?
Museum.
Museum.
Same. I can look at. I don't like books. I really don't.
Me neither.
Living room or bedroom?
Bedroom.
Bedroom.
Same.
I don't know.
Well, I'll be honest. Okay, so when I lived with my mother, it was my bedroom. I always stayed in my bedroom.
Yeah, I like my living room now.
But since I have my own house, I'm always in the living room and never. But I would say that if I had somebody else living here, I'd probably be in my bedroom. So when I'm living by myself, my living room is definitely. But if there's any other person, like even when people come and visit, I still want to be in my room. So I'm probably gonna say. I guess it depends, but
Yeah, it does.
more often than not, if it's just me, okay. If it's just me, living room. If it's not, bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. This will be the last either or question. Bananas or apples?
Bananas.
Same. Pause.
Bananas.
Probably apples.
Mid. Those are so mid.
There's only one reason though, is because bananas have a lot of high sugar in them, natural sugar. And yeah,
Okay.
I have a reason.
Legitimate reason. I got
If
you.
I could choose just without that being a problem, it'd be bananas.
Cool.
Bananas are the bomb.
All right. So now I'm gonna ask 4 questions that I generally ask everybody that come on the podcast. Usually, when I share my little clips on YouTube, this is where the clips come from, and Facebook too. First question: favorite fruit?
Cuties.
So mandarin
Mandarin
orange.
oranges, yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
I'm gonna
Great
say probably blackberries. I like blackberries a lot.
You're the first person to ever say blackberries.
I like them a lot. I do.
Terrible.
I do.
I just berries. All berries for the most part are gross.
Yeah.
Blackberries, blueberries.
Blueberries are
Strawberries.
awesome. Like it was between blackberries and blueberries.
I don't like strawberries.
Gross.
Strawberries are
Dude,
just,
I love all berries. All berries.
I guess cherries aren't berries. I would eat a cherry.
Cherries are good too.
about it.
I don't like cherries.
Oh, they're so good, man.
I would if I never ate a cherry again. I wouldn't be mad. So you said mandarin oranges for you?
Yeah.
Well, I say it all the time. Watermelon is my favorite.
Ew, I don't like watermelon at all. I
I
don't.
don't either.
Y'all are. Oh,
Honeydew is good. I like honeydew melon.
I've heard a lot of people say they just not their favorite, but to just straight up say
Mm-mm.
ew.
I don't eat watermelon.
I like watermelon, oranges, grapes, pineapples.
I do not like pineapple.
I do.
Y'all
I
need
do.
to leave off of here.
Told you I was picky.
Okay. Favorite fast food restaurant? You know, mine is Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
So gross. I guess Wendy's, if I had to pick one.
I will not kick you off the podcast because you said Wendy's.
Thank you.
You cannot disrespect
Thinking
Chick-fil-A.
about
Like
that.
that.
I'm gonna say
Wendy's is fire.
I'm gonna say Wendy's, but Burger King is like a second.
Close second?
Yeah, close second. Yeah.
third person to say Burger King.
I do not like Burger
First
King.
two people to say Wendy's
Yeah.
as their favorite. Wendy's is not my favorite, but it's my second favorite. It's very reliable. 4 for 4, 5 with the biggie bag, clutch.
Yep.
It's another. I'm very hungry. I need to go eat something.
I'm getting hungry too talking about this.
Um,
like for real.
Okay, be careful. Overrated fast food restaurant.
Chick-fil-A. I'm sorry.
Ah!
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say Taco Bell.
That one's overrated.
That is
too.
very overrated restaurant. It's good though, but it's
It is.
overrated. The line be long for no reason.
Yep.
I don't know if you've all watched the podcast, but I'm very adamant about my overrated restaurant being Zaxby's.
I do like Zaxby's.
Mad
I do,
overrated.
but they are not the best.
That last part is perfectly accurate.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A is. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay, I was going to say.
Yeah. I love Chick-fil-A. Love Chick-fil-A.
Bro, it's so good. Ashleigh,
No,
why?
Have
I
you
just don't
ever
like
had
it.
their grilled nuggets? Like, they changed
It's-
my life.
Those
I
are the
think.
worst things I've ever
Breakfast, their
eaten.
breakfast is fire.
I've never had their breakfast.
See,
Ever.
you're missing a whole. See, you think they're great, and you're missing a whole nother part.
I need to go for their
Chicken
breakfast.
minis. The chicken minis are like, oh my god. But the nuggets, especially with the Polynesian sauce,
Mm,
Chick-fil-A sauce is fire too.
yeah, Polynesian.
Barbecue
Where's that,
sauce
though?
is good. You can actually order it on Walmart.com. I didn't know that.
What?
Yeah, they sell it. They actually have it in. I looked and they have it at the New Albany Walmart, but I'm gonna order some and get it
I
sent.
say I
here.
won't lie. I do like their Polynesian sauce. That's
What?
yeah.
What is it? How's it
I don't like
overrated?
chicken. I just don't like the taste of their chicken, so it's
It
overrated.
is so
for me.
good. Like, it's so
Their
much
mac
better
and
than
cheese. Their
Zaxby's.
mac and
No,
cheese.
I
fire.
had their mac and cheese one time. It was
Ew.
good. I had it a second time. It was disgusting. So
That's not a fair. That's 50-50.
no,
You can't just
I
say it's
just don't-
gross because
I
it was
don't
nasty
like
one time. It was good one time.
I don't
Don't.
eat mac and cheese, period. At
My,
all.
my soul. You,
No.
she
I'm
100%
sad.
You 100% deserve that look she gave you. 'Cause what?
Ew, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Okay. This isn't on here, but I'm gonna ask anyway. Underrated fast food restaurant.
I'm gonna say Arby's.
No.
Arby's.
God,
I love Arby's. I love
God
Arby's.
no.
I do. I had this discussion with somebody else a few days ago. I do love Arby's.
Arby's is very mid. Not nasty, but there's like 18 places I'd rather eat before Arby's.
Really? Like, I've been waiting on some Arby's, but they're so overpriced. I need the coupons in the mail to afford their stuff.
There always is coupons because don't nobody go there. I would rather. I'm telling you, I would rather go to Captain D's before Arby's.
I was gonna say Captain D's too.
Captain
but
D's is underrated, but they just fuck your order up too much, and they slow.
They
Yeah, they're
are
real slow.
bad slow.
So slow.
It was between those two for me, Arby's and Captain D's.
Ah.
Captain D's.
I'd say Wendy's or Jack's. Jack's is very.
Oh God, no! That is like, ew.
I don't know how. I don't
I
like
will
that
not
reaction.
ever eat at Jack's
I don't know
ever.
if I like your reaction. Like, have you ever had their mashed potatoes though?
And I don't care. Like, no, no.
Oh,
Save her,
God.
bro, please. Somebody, please.
I'll even agree
Jack's,
with you.
really?
I like Jets.
Jack's is
So-
fire.
I like their breakfast.
Oh my God. Yes. Sorry. Okay. Favorite vegetable.
I'm gonna say green beans for
I
sure.
don't like vegetables.
I do.
None.
Not really.
Not
no.
one.
Green
really.
beans.
I like good steamed broccoli.
Ooh, broccoli is good too. I like all
No.
vegetables except for corn. I don't eat corn. That's not that fan of.
Corn is okay. It's okay.
I like black eyed peas. That's a vegetable.
That's what you
If
say.
That's what you consider. a
That's what you
vegetable.
say. I don't like
Or
vegetables.
purple
Then
whole peas.
you blurt something out, and that's what you blurt out.
Those are like the only two that I like. I had to think about it because I don't
Those
eat them
are
a lot.
awful.
I like a good vegetable melody. Like, I love vegetables.
No,
I love them too. I love some good celery,
I'm just
Ooh,
weird.
yeah,
some
celery's good.
spinach.
I love it.
No.
I love it.
Carrots,
Yes,
great.
greens.
Vegetables in my house
I
are for
love
my bearded
greens.
dragons.
You
so
have a
no.
bearded dragon?
I have
do
a lot of
too.
reptiles.
I have a lot of reptiles.
I only have one,
I have
but
Well, I asked you. You already told us how you eat your steak. How do you eat yours?
usually medium well sometimes. Depends on where it's being cooked at.
You don't eat it medium rare.
No,
Oh, that's the best way to eat it.
I'd be scared of
Medium.
parasites. Sorry,
Y'all are tripping.
I'd be scared of
Why does
parasites.
everybody say that? They just
It's a
think that
textural thing.
medium rare is just like infected with something.
Because it's still bleeding, yo.
It's
Like,
not blood.
yes, it
I don't see
is.
a problem with it. I just have a textural problem. It's not done enough, so it's too chewy.
Chewy?
To
Oh
me.
no.
I like, well, it's soft. I feel like when it's the less done it is, like the softer it is.
At
Yeah,
least
and I
y'all
have it
are.
in your mouth.
At least y'all not eating well done.
No,
Oh,
that ruins
no.
it.
We're
It ruins
fine
it.
on that.
Anyone who does that is a criminal.
I like mine to be a little pink on the inside,
come
but
back
it to
on the
be
show.
running clear, like not running red
I
stuff.
need you to come back on the show with different people because everybody says well done.
Oh,
Except for a couple
no.
people. They'll say medium well. It's usually like medium rare, well done, medium well. Nobody ever says like regular rare or like
Blue.
yeah. Well, I guess that's all there is, but actually, I've had one person say they wanted it rare, but I was like, yeah, no, that's a little. It's not bad, but it's just a little too much for me.
I have a friend that literally orders hers to where you just cook it enough on one side just to get the chill off. And I'm like, that is disgusting.
That's a blue steak.
Give it to me pink.
Disgusting.
I want it right out the pack with the ice on it.
Ugh.
I'm just kidding. Nah, medium rare for me though.
I'm gonna say medium.
Okay. Last question. If you'd like to give it, what is some advice you would give to young people nowadays?
Don't ignore the red flags.
Try new things. Try new things.
All right. Well, that's gonna bring it to an end. So now we're gonna go to the final thoughts. So you just, I guess you since you introduced yourself first, you just tell me what you thought of the show. Any topics you want to revisit and stuff.
Well, I had a lot of fun. I've never been on a podcast before, so I was really excited. I'd like to come back. I really like to come back.
Everybody's always welcome to come back. Also, if you have friends that want to come on, well, you say you don't have friends, but
I have a couple.
You know. If you have friends or family that want to come back, by all means.
Okay. I almost brought this guy that I'm dating today, but I didn't.
He could have came, yeah.
Yeah.
for sure.
Well, now I know for next time.
We got to keep in mind, though, I only have 3 extra mics, so
Right.
anyway. I'm sorry. Ashley?
I liked it. I've never been on a podcast before, but I had a lot of fun.
I'm
I'll definitely come back.
For sure. You're always welcome to.
I think it's really cool that you're doing this. Like, you
Yeah.
know.
You know, the funny
awesome.
thing is, the reason why I started it is because, like, I don't know if y'all were ever keeping up with my Facebook, but I was saying a lot of controversial shit, and people
Yeah.
were arguing with me on Facebook.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, why not just do it on the podcast? And then, like, you know, we can talk about it more in detail, because I would hate, like, having to type stuff, and then, like, when I read it back, I'm like, that's not everything I wanted to say, you know? And then they would say something, and then it just, I don't know.
I would like to cover more controversial topics.
Yeah.
I'm
on
planning on
here.
having one, and I mean, like, really controversial, like
I'm down.
abortion,
Same.
Yeah.
like abortion, and, like, not really politics, because I don't care enough about politics, but,
Right.
you know, like, later on today, we're doing one where I'm doing one, and we're going to talk about the crosses that are being put up. So,
I have a big problem with those.
You know what I think why they put them up? Because it's just one big wreck. Sorry. We're just one big wreck. So they put up a big cross to let everybody know.
I mean, I don't really care.
I don't care either.
As a Christian, I don't care, but I don't know. But yeah, I do want to have a controversial one. I definitely want to talk about, like, stuff, especially between men and women, because, you know, that's usually where a lot of my controversy on Facebook comes from.
Yeah, and
People think I
parenting,
hate
too.
women, and I'm like, no, I don't. I just
And your parenting, like I don't disagree with a lot of your parenting.
parenting, for
like
sure.
women get mad on your Facebook.
listen. I have, like, such a thing about children and women with kids, and people really don't like it. But I have such an argument, and my thing is, like, most of the time they hear what I say in the beginning and don't hear my points. They don't care
Yeah.
about my points because what I said sounds so egregious to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
They don't
already
really-
pissed
They just
off.
hear
So
one
Yeah,
thing and they
yeah.
don't care about the rest of it.
Yeah.
No. But we can definitely do it. Because I need some people that are actually willing to dive deep into these controversial.
I love
one of
talking
those
about stuff
people.
like
Yeah,
that.
me
Like,
too.
I want to
For
talk
sure.
about it, and people that won't get mad, because I'm probably gonna say stuff that's probably going to possibly offend someone.
Same.
But I don't get offended either. I don't care. Like, I really don't. Like, you say whatever.
Yeah, just because you
have-
believe different doesn't mean I gotta get pissed off.
If you have
about it.
something that substantiates your claim, then I can be like, okay, well, I can see that type shit. But you just have to have
The
something
big one
substantiated.
going on too is the trans community.
That's
right
another
now.
one I want to
That's
talk
a
about too.
Big one.
I definitely want to
I
talk
got
about
lots
that.
of opinions on that one.
Me too. I do
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So.
Most people probably wouldn't like my opinions on those either. On that, not those as in the people, but I'm saying
Yeah.
those kind of topics. 'Cause
Right.
gotta be careful. It's gotta be careful.
Right.
But yeah, definitely. Well, actually, we should plan that soon. I was gonna put a big post up the other day about it, and I might just have to do one where I get a bunch of people in here. We just share mics. But
Yeah.
I'd have to get some splitters for the headphones so that we can like everybody can at least hear. So, but okay, yeah. Anyway, let me wrap it up because I'm hungry. So if you guys enjoyed the podcast, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, or whatever. You know what I'm saying. Thanks again to my guests for coming on the show. I actually really enjoyed the podcast. I didn't think it was going to be this long, but because at first it seemed like we were just answering the questions quickly, but then we just shot through it. We started getting on them dicey ones. But anyway, if you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm gonna holler at y'all on the next one, man. Y'all be easy. Well, look at you. You've made it to the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I hope that you come back and watch some more. I hope you share the video. I hope you like it. I hope you comment on it. Tell me how you feel. And, as always, if you want to be on the show, hit the socials. And be sure while you're here to just watch this clip right here. Favorite fast food restaurant?
Chick-fil-A.
Let's go! Oh my God. Be sure to click on my page right here. Yeah. Y'all have a good day. And thank you for watching the Realest Living Podcast.